boyo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest episode of Steele Forces You to Watch Him Play Hades.
You're pretty quick, boyo.
I am. I am losing my mind. I have just been wrestling with computer issues for what feels like a small eternity.
Stygius, you're revealing your past.
And that sucks, let me tell you. I just spent the last who knows how many minutes just wrestling with my laptop trying to get the fan to quiet down. Let's go with the Chthonic Coin Purse. I say let's just stick with the sword as it is found normally. Yeah. And dive right on in.
One more time.
Yeah. so let me
Ooh,
hello.
Is short and fraught with pain. Is that truly the life you yearn for, boy?
You know, he raises a good point, Zagreus. It's worth considering.
It's life without a little pain.
I mean, the life of a god. What are you? Oh, okay. Putting my computer woes on hold for a moment, it seems that going toe-to-toe with our old man has, changed the game.
Last time I felt a chill like this was on the surface, but...
Who do we have here?
Zagreus,
I wondered if she'd show up.
Darkness for this bitter cold. Quite honestly, I fail to see
Oh.
why. But I'll aid your plight. Why not?
That's awesome. I was wondering if she would show up. Alrighty. The cycle of the seasons brings death and renewal on the whims of a mighty goddess. Alright, so she is Demeter being a winter goddess. Very interesting. My understanding of her more traditionally interesting, let's go with Froststrike, is of, as a goddess of the harvest and of renewal. Very interesting. Again, I say it very often because I'm given occasion to say it very often. This game never ceases to come up with new surprises. So my most enduring and annoying computer problem is that its cord has become very unreliable. It's doing the thing that many cords do, where if it is jostled in just the right way, my computer will start spasming between plugged in and on battery. And if I'm in the middle of a game when that happens, it is not great for me. And so I got in touch with... Please don't call me Little Hades. I'm not going to immediately replace Froststrike, Poseidon, come on. I do like the idea of a Tempest Flourish. Ooh, I really like the idea of a Tempest Flourish. I forgot that the special on this sucker was an area of effect like that. Got in touch with Asus. I was in their little customer support chat queue for something like 2 hours. And then I had to leave that queue to go take care of something, and then rejoin that queue. Only to learn in the end, yeah, you know, if you want to send in your cord for us to examine, see if we can repair it, you can do that. It'll cost $85 as a diagnostic fee. And then after that, we'll get back to you to let you know what the actual repair cost is. In other words, I could pay them $85 to look at it and then tell me it'll cost $200 to fix the rest of it, which is not an arrangement that particularly excited me. So I am instead buying a full-on replacement, which is also, as far as I'm concerned, just silly how expensive it is. I won't get into that, but it's more than I wish I had to pay. But in any case, hopefully a replacement cord will get here in a day or two, and my computer charging will go back to being a little bit more reliable. Even so, I think I'm going to perform a reset of some kind. I don't know if factory reset is the right terminology, but just in the hopes of kind of clearing up a couple of little issues. I think I've mentioned in previous episodes that my computer's picked up an annoying habit of switching between power saver mode and balanced or high performance mode. Thank you. Let's just take a second to acknowledge that this run is going extraordinarily well, and that I think that Demeter is now one of my favorite Olympian patrons. That is our first hit of the run right there, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, hopefully a little reset will clear that up, clear a couple other things up, and empty out my hard drives. Or, well, I have a hard drive and a solid state drive, but, you know, my drives.
Do with this sword.
An even wider special does not sound bad. Cursed Slash served us very well in the past. But you know what? I want to look at these faded choices over here. So I want to pick one I haven't taken. So I think Supernova's the way to go, since already that's covering a pretty nice range.
What's in the well this time?
We are racking up some money. I don't think it's time to spend it yet. Artemis, what you got? So, as you may or may not already know, what are you? What are you? I can't even get a good look at what I'm fighting. Ooh, it's just a witch of some description with shield arms. I am definitely into finding new mini-bosses. Something, anything, ooh, that might face me instead of the Doomstone. Ouch. This fight would definitely be going a lot more smoothly if I had some deflect. Oh my gosh. This thing does not pull its punches. I need to be careful because it is getting those backstabs in on me. I need to dodge the initial blow and then strike. Live and learn. Getting a little chill on it can't hurt, although it seems to be shedding it when it moves. I hope my keyboard and mouse are not making too much noise. I'm constantly fiddling with the audio balance. I mentioned... There we go.
Back to the shadows.
Back to the shadows.
Need to keep on toying with it.
What have we? Any damage has a 4% chance to be critical. Epic should scale well. I like it. I'm trying to move fast. I want to get this game down to a science.
Ringers.
What on earth are you? It's the hands of Thanos.
I'm empty.
This video is coming out on Wednesday. No video came out on Monday. I'm sorry. I finally screwed up my schedule. Things have just been a little hectic as we round out the semester. Hopefully it won't happen again. You should get this and another video on Friday, which is Christmas. Let's fish for the second time ever. What are we getting? I guess third. This will be the second successful time ever, because we're going to nail it. Come on. Let's go. A knucklehead! I love it. I may sneeze. No? I may not sneeze. The same statement when you think about it. Look at that. Thank you, Poseidon, and thank you, Daedalus. I had a fun little series of adventures today. I need to be careful because that witch thing really did a number on me. And that number is high. Let's do a trove trial because we are still clearing rooms pretty dang quickly. Hades, I'm coming for you, buddy. You and I both know that I got what it takes. I came dang close the last time. Keep that going, keep that going. So yeah, let's reflect briefly on the conclusion of the last episode I did release, wherein we faced Hades for the first time, and I maintain that if I had made one decision differently earlier in that run, we would have crushed him. We came very close as it was. We're making it to the surface. Ooh, hello. I'd not given a whole lot of thought to the whole becoming mortal thing. I think that's a definite drawback, but you know, the Zagman, he knows what he's doing. Got faith in my boy. Today, my brother and I decided to go down to the school campus because we are staying here on campus through this Christmas break. We wanted to get a few things done. We wanted to grab lunch on campus if it was possible. We wanted to get haircuts since we are sorely in need of them. I wanted to pick up from the engineering building a little 3D printed item that I had put in a request for. And so we went up there, went to go check out the haircuts, and we'd previously double-checked to make sure that they were an option over the break. And they were. But we stepped up and we saw that the place was closed, contrary to the information we had received. I want to keep saving money. And we checked the sign, and I'm annoyed and confused because the sign says that over the Christmas break, the barbershop will be open for walk-in appointments Monday through Friday. Meg, long time no see.
Zagreus. For all we've been through, never once have I wanted you to meet my sisters.
Oh, come on, they're lovely.
Can't imagine why
Or at
not.
least that will be my
Never loved
opinion
the
when
time
I
getting to know each
fully
other
get
with your laugh. We cried.
their attack
My only
patterns
regret
down.
is that you couldn't be there yourself.
You don't know what you're saying. There's a reason that they're not permitted in the
They do
house.
seem rowdy. But then so do I. But then I'm also kind of not allowed in the house anymore. Just no one knows how to get rid of me. Which is silly, because I know how to get rid of me. It's just let me leave. I'm trying to be rid of me. I am really digging this Demeter boon. The chill. I feel the chill. Recommend you go listen to The Chill by Bruce Hornsby. It is an old favorite song of mine. Let's keep it up. This, oh, see? That was the part of the fight where I was gonna say, this is the fight that I'll clear without taking damage. Is not that always how it goes? We go up there, and sure enough, the barbershop is closed, but there is still, ouch, a sign on the door reading, over the Christmas break, we'll be open for walk-in appointments Monday through Friday at this time. It was that time, so why were they closed? And then my brother notices that no, the sign does not say that they will be open Monday through Friday. The sign says that they are open Monday and Friday. And so, today being Tuesday, I would think, okay, ouch. Please stop hurting me. It makes me sad and a little embarrassed because you're not the toughest fight in the world. Ouch. Take this, triple finish. So I think, oh no, and there's my computer flickering between on battery and plugged in. I would love for this problem to go away forever. And because when it rains it pours, every time it does this, flickering between plugged in and on battery, it also switches from high performance to power saver, which means my game will run worse. So far it seems like Hades is keeping up though. Hopefully my recording software is keeping up. I'd be very annoyed if it started flickering more on you guys because of this. Does she usually do this that many times? Oh yeah, she hasn't done her like radial projectile attack yet. Oop! Ooh, that was close. Okay, don't want to use the Death Defiance here. This is too early for it. We need it to go beat up Theseus and our dad. Our collective father. So after not getting haircuts, we went to go get lunch. Or as it turned out, we went to go not get lunch. Because this one, I promise you, the sign out front really did say that it should be open at that time. Nevertheless, there was not a single person in there, and it was very much closed. And, oh, I skipped a step in this process. One university service that is definitely not running right now are the buses. So we walked 20 minutes in the cold to campus to learn that we would not be getting haircuts or lunch. And there's a death defied, unfortunately, but better than a death undefied. Meg, can't you just... Oh my gosh. It was all going so well. You know what? It's still all going so well. Then I went to go get my 3D printed thing. That went off pretty much without a hitch. It was just a very small little plastic piece that allowed me to slightly modify the top strap on my Oculus Quest so that it would better fit my oversized dome. Pew! That should do it. Oh, it didn't hit her. It didn't hit her, but she hit me. I'm upset. Meg should be shooting fish in a barrel at this point. There we go. Sorry, Meg. Nothing personal.
I did it.
See you at the house. Thank you. and then we came home. And now it is snowing outside, I think, which is nice because this winter has been both inconsiderate. That's not the word I was going for. I was going to say inconsistent. But you know what? I am also going to stand by inconsiderate. Because consistency is considerate. Karen? Nothing catching my eye. I want to build up this cache.
Let's go up.
Let's. Up we do go. 15 minutes. We know that Asphodel is our fastest floor. I bet we can clear it in a reasonable time within this same video. But yeah, 3D printing went well. Oh yeah, haircut. So, you know, the next day it would be open is this Friday. This Friday is Christmas, so I'm going to wager that that is not actually an option. Go in the lava. Stop flickering to being on battery. It's, speaking of being inconsiderate, and my game has dropped to 30 frames per second, so I may actually have to pause to do my best to rectify this. And of course, my computer is going to just make it as annoying to fix as possible. Come on now. Pardon me. Not power saver. Never power saver, in fact. I do not ever want it to be power saver, and it's switching right back because life is pain. We charging? We plugged in? Fans on silent? Back in the game. Alrighty. I am going to grind that Hydra's bones to make my bread. Because I'm out of bread and I'm hungry. I am trying to make some changes to my diet, both because I have put on some weight this semester, and also because I've been thinking about how the meat industry is sort of very evil, even though meat is just very tasty. Let's go ahead and further boost that special.
Got some zest.
So I'm going to try to at least cut down on my meat consumption, roll some more vegetables in there, because that's just a good idea anyway, and maybe increase my seafood a little bit, because I don't think there's as much cruelty in the shrimp farms. Man, I hope I'm right about that, because I'd hate to cut back on my shrimp. That is a dietary addition I definitely want to upscale, not downscale. But then we humans are pretty good at finding ways to infuse cruelty into just about anything. It's a talent of ours as a species. And isn't that a little bleak? Come on, Steele, it's Christmas. Sort of. Almost. It is almost Christmas, and that is exciting. This will be an unorthodox Christmas. It will just be my brother and I here on campus. But we're actually going to have a little bit more of a celebration than I thought we were, because we have received some packages from our family overseas. I plan in the next couple days to throw together a little Christmas tree from construction paper that we can stack some gifts underneath, which will be lovely. Let's go. I've never taken quick recovery. Let's go for it.
Faster than ever.
That's not true. You are just as fast, Zagreus. Don't misrepresent things. That will be Eurydice, who would be nice to see. Let's go for it. Always love hanging out with me chums. I want to tell you about a dream I had last night, but let's listen to Eurydice sing a little bit, because it is lovely.
From within a humble residence in Asphodel reverberates the golden-sounding voice of Lorn Eurydice, who once attempted to escape the underworld and failed utterly, much like Prince Zagreus.
That's cold.
You watch yourself, old man.
For real. Who are you even?
Oh, you look positively famished, hon.
I am. I want shrimp. Ambrosia Delight. Ups 2 boons to the next rarity. Up to 4 boons level up. The next 3 boons have upgraded rarity. I think we'll want to upgrade the rarity of the ones we have.
Enjoy.
Thank you kindly. Frost Strike, that's what I was hoping for. That one's been been returning dividends for us. So if we can palm that sucker upwards.
Here goes nothing.
Ah, the Barge of Death, my old friend. I've come to fight on you again. A dream I had last night. Now, I believe I mentioned in a previous video, for those of you that did not already know this from knowing me personally, I spent 2 years in New Delhi, India, in a mission for my church. It was a wonderful time. India is a second home for me. I dearly hope to go back. And in my dream, that wish was fulfilled. I found myself returning to India with my brother and my grandfather, and it was very exciting. And we were there in a dream version of Delhi, and I got choked up a little bit. I got kind of emotional. It was lovely to see it again. And as we walked the streets of Dream Delhi, I said to my brother and grandfather, I'm like, oh, I am hungry. That is a recurring theme of this episode. And I know a bunch of great places to eat in Delhi. I worry about you guys getting food poisoning, and also maybe me getting food poisoning. But what do you guys want to eat? I know some great places. And I started listing them off. I'm like, you want to go to Vedanta's, which has, I think, the best butter chicken in the world. We could go to Bikini Biryani, which is just divine. Or we could go to Moti Roti, which is just a hole in the wall that serves fluffy flatbreads and delicious chicken korma. And my brother's like, yeah, I want a cheeseburger. And I'm like, we're in India. There's all this Indian food to eat. Would you like some Indian food? After I cast or hit with an attack or special, fire a seeking arrow? That sounds spectacular. That sounds extraordinarily good. And so I tell him we are, currently in India. Maybe you should eat some Indian food. And he's like, I want a burger. I want a hamburger. I'm like, okay, even if it weren't a better idea to just eat Indian food, we are in, like, the one country where beef is just kind of not an option. So I'm going to need you to pick something other than a hamburger. But he was adamant. He just wanted a burger. And I didn't really know what to do for him. But my grandfather's like, no, it's... we can find something. I know what we can get. And we just walk for a bit until we find a guy with a cart selling street food, and that street food was steak. He was selling steak, which is not a thing that really happens, because again, beef is not really on the menu in India for the most part, let alone just steaks being grilled on the street for sale. I gotta tell you, those dream steaks, they smelled divine. I think they were the best dream steaks I've ever smelled, possibly better than any real steak I've smelled. I did switch to Skelly's Tooth in between floors, which is good. I don't think we're gonna need a Death Defiance in this room, but we're definitely looking a little less secure than I would hope. And that was kind of where the dream ended. Eating steak at a street vendor in New Delhi, India. And I did warn my brother and grandpa, this is almost certainly bison meat. Like, this is probably not real cow. But it was good.
I gather Lady Demeter's already got a frigid hold on you.
She does have that. I hope there are more gods to get boons from. Your call makes lightning rapidly strike nearby foes for a second and a half. That sounds good to me. Yeah, we want to call.
The Thunder God's might.
I was hoping to see that, and I think I am going to take it, even though it is pricey. We're saving our money for something. We now have another Death's Defiance restocked for a total of 3 with the help of our boy Skelly, and I'm always going to go for some nectar. I did have another interesting dream recently. Hello. Ah, Thanatos.
Death is inevitable. Still at it, I see.
Don't...
You're stubborn.
Your name is already too close to Thanos. Don't go talking about your inevitability. Alright. I feel like I can beat him this time. We got a real good setup. Don't stand in the lava, Zagreus. It's irresponsible. And don't steal my kills, Thanatos. I do have knockback. Maybe I can get enemies out of range of his big area of effect death ball. It's harder when he puts the freaking scythe above their heads, though. It does. Oh my gosh. I blame Thanatos for that. If he hadn't killed that one, it wouldn't have dropped a bomb on me. Guess a good thing we bought that. So far, we're keeping pace with Death himself. Never mind. I just have to go and talk, don't I? Another dream recently. Speaking of dreams and Death himself. You'll understand the meaning of the second part there shortly. I had another dream where I was traveling with my parents. I am handily beating him now. Hopefully it will stay that way. Die, please. Thank you. Alrighty. Thanatos. Oh, and there he goes. Have I given him nectar yet? I don't know that I have. Doesn't seem... There we go. Hey, buddy, take this.
It isn't much then, but...
Or maybe I
Want me to
did.
Take that off your hands, fine. But you are taking this from me. And if anybody asks, we're even.
Oh, of course, of course. Gotta be all tsundere about it.
Thank you,
A
Thad.
pierced butterfly. Ooh, there was something I wanted to look at in here. But I'll be darned if I can remember what it is. It is Eurydice. I wanted to see... It is not saying... I think that she was the lover that Orpheus ventured into the underworld to try to save, if I'm not mistaken.
I've got to hand it to you, Zag. You're easy to track down.
You're saying it like it's a
Shaped Congress are
compliment,
beginning
but...
to fear you even more than your
Oh,
little
well.
father.
There you go. They better.
Well, they won't fear me once they get to know me.
I'm not so
That's
sure
true, you
about
are a
that.
very nice guy.
Even I'm beginning to fear you, I think. Seems I don't know you as well as I thought.
You can come with me, Thanatos. Just stop claiming souls. I'm sure there'll be no consequences to that. I should have gone with the shop. But I will not say no to some extra max health, too. I should have gone with the shop because this is the last room before the Hydra.
Centaur strength.
And buying some health, some food would probably have been the better play. But, again, Hydra, bones, ground, dust, etc. Dream, I was traveling with my parents.
Too long.
Bone Hydra, this is the one with the curly horns. This is the one that smacks its face into the ground and makes seismic waves happen. Am I correct? I believe I am correct. I am correct. This might be my favorite Bone Hydra. Does not spit skeletons at me. No rapid-fire beams of projectiles that home in. Just a good old-fashioned headbang into the floor. The most time-honored of attacks. I'm pretty sure when Cain killed Abel, he did so by smacking his face into the ground and producing a seismic wave. That's in the Bible. I'm quite sure of it. We do have our call from Zeus, and it was our Artemis call last time that allowed us to absolutely decimate Theseus. So definitely don't want to underestimate the power of a fully filled God Gauge. You might be my least favorite Hydra heads. Zagreus Smash. Okay. Not as pleased with my damage output as I was at the start of this episode, but it could still be far worse. I think if we can get some Palms of Power and upgrade that Demeter boon, that would likely be worth the cost. Whatever it may be. Would love to not spend a Death's Defiance here. And our God Gauge is slowly but surely filling up. Those hits were all very dumb and should not have happened. Get out of the way. In this other dream from maybe 2 nights ago, I was traveling on the road in a bus with my mother and my father, who in the dream were renowned investigators of crimes. And we ended up at this hotel wherein a bunch of murders were happening in like weird and outlandish ways. And we're trying to investigate it. You know, someone at this hotel, and there were a shocking number of people at this hotel. We are almost certainly going to have to use a Death's Defiance, as unfortunate as that is. And not that I'm going to resign myself to that. Now I am. Okay, God Gauge is full. Kill these heads. Unleash the height of Zeus's fury on the main head. And so the bulk of the dream is us in this hotel trying to investigate what person or group could be behind this ridiculous chain of deaths happening around us at this hotel. Until eventually we're like, you know what? Several of these attacks now seem to be targeting us, so maybe we should just, like, go. At no point were the police contacted. I guess we were the only ones that really cared to even try to solve this. And we decided, you know what, we're gonna get on, like, our big tour bus that we're traveling in for whatever reason, and we're just gonna leave on our way to Ireland. I'm confident that that's where we were going. And as we're leaving, we see the culprit. It was a group of women at this hotel, all dressed in like fancy dresses, and they rolled a boulder over this guy and crushed him to death. And we're like, oh crap. If they saw us witnessing that, we're screwed. They'll come for us. And they like came up to our bus, and I'm like, oh man, the freaking door won't close properly. And I'm holding the bus door closed, trying to keep them from opening it up and seeing us in there. And my mom, greater call. Oh, Zeus, nah, keep hitting him, man. Oh, that is deeply disappointing. To waste, by the power of Skelly, to waste 2 Death's Defiances on this Hydra. We're definitely going to want to keep saving our money to see if Patroclus can fully restore our Defiances, because that is our best shot of pushing through both Elysium and Styx. Thank you. That is rough. Our damage output just wasn't quite cutting it. And we sort of whiffed that call just a bit. Eventually my mom is like, hey, just open the door. And we'll just be like, oh yeah, no, hey, good to see you guys. We're just on our way out. Hope you know, figure out who's doing all the murdering or whatever. And so we did that, and then we took off on the road, and it seemed like we were home free. And then I'm like, yeah, parents who are, again, you know, famous investigators in the past. It sure is wild that those women were killing all those people, and it's a shame that I guess just nothing can be done about it. You know, dream logic. And they're like, yeah, you know, it actually reminds us of a similar set of killings we investigated back in the day. Like, it's almost identical now that we think about it. Like, it's probably just the same people. And I'm like, wait, like, you guys... That sounds good. Thank you, Thanatos. You guys are known for, like, investigating this set of murders in the past? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, we hadn't quite made the connection. I'm like, okay. So they, like, definitely cut the brakes on this bus, right? Or, like, put a bomb on it? They're like, oh, yeah. Yeah, no. And then we almost crashed and died, and that was the dream. Thank you for tuning in and for watching me get this far. Expect the next episode on Christmas Friday, but prioritize spending that day with your family. Thank you for continuing to support me. I look forward to seeing you next time, and I will do so. Goodbye.